Hello, Kansas City. Happy holidays. This is Donna Mandelbaum at the Kansas City Streetcar Authority, and this is the Weekly Report. Today we're inside the facility of the Singleton Yard Maintenance Facility, where we have all of our streetcars. We even have a brand new holiday streetcar for you to enjoy. You can ride it all throughout downtown from the City Market to Union Station. Speaking of downtown, the holidays are here, and there's no better place to enjoy the holidays than in downtown Kansas City. We're right in the middle of something we call Downtown Dazzle, from Crown Center to the River Market, by way of the Crossroads Arts District and the Power and Light District. Everywhere you turn, there's something fun and exciting to do. And the KC streetcar is a great way to get wherever you're going. Now in its third year, we've had more than 7.5 million rides so far. So hop on board to get to KC's best restaurants, shopping venues, and downtown attractions. And the best part is, it's always free. Speaking of free, the city is working hard to make bus transportation free as well. This is exciting news, with the goal of implementing this new plan with the next fiscal year, starting May 1st of 2020. In mid-January, the City Council will receive a presentation on this issue from the City Manager. At that time, he will lay out some possible options for the funding and also report on the expected impact on already existing services. But you can get a glimpse into the future now when you ride Prospect Max. The new Prospect Max bus line has launched, and for the next 90 days, riders can ride it for free. Stay tuned, and in a few minutes, we'll show you a video all about the new Prospect Max. The nice weather may have you out raking leaves, or maybe you're thinking about how am I going to dispose of my Christmas tree after the holidays. City leaf and brush sites are open until January 18th. KCMO residents may dispose of natural Christmas trees for free on Saturdays until then. During the weekdays, Christmas trees may be disposed of for a $3 fee. Trees must be free of all ornaments and decorations. The sites are located at 11660 North Main, 1815 North Choteau Traffic Way, and 10301 Raytown Road. Drop-off is free to residents on Saturdays with identification. For more information about leaf and brush, visit kcmo.gov/leafandbrush. City offices and 311 will be closed Wednesday, December 25th, and curbside trash and recycling will be moved to the holiday schedule. Pickup shifts to one day later than normal. We know it can be confusing to keep track of the holiday trash schedule and the no-tag trash period that follows Christmas. So we have updated our trash webpage with all of this information. Go to kcmo.gov/trash to find a list of the upcoming trash delay dates and the no-tag periods. The Municipal Court recently celebrated its 10th anniversary of the Veterans Court Program. This program provides assistance to veterans who are entered into the court system.
Alerts! Halt! Right! Haste!
Most veterans are strengthened by their military experience and their military service. But the combat experience has unfortunately left a growing number of veterans with issues such as PTSD and traumatic brain injury. Research continues to draw a link between combat and substance abuse, combat-related mental illness, and when it's left untreated, mental health disorders common among veterans can directly lead to involvement in the criminal justice system.
So I would say 10 years ago, when this program started across the country, this city was one of the first ones to kind of come to the VA, this court specifically, and raise their hand and saying, we want to come and stand shoulder to shoulder with the VA and help care for veterans and care for heroes.
We created the Veterans Treatment Court, and we got started in August 1st of 2009. 10 years later, we're here, and I want to say to you, you should all be thankful and grateful and happy and excited that Kansas City and the surrounding areas and the Kansas City VA were so willing to jump in and really get this thing started, because we are the first veterans treatment court in the state of Missouri. So you can be proud of that and give yourselves a hand.
And so, making this journey that I'm on, I haven't arrived. I realize I got a long way to go. But I've started a new chapter. I've learned that people in long recovery live a different way of life. It's not that we're different people. Some of us, like my supervisor said, we've been broken. And for whatever reasons. And as we learn to deal with those things, we progress in life. We come over on the same side as what people can say, quote unquote, normal people. So in closing, I just want to say that everybody who's made Vet Court possible, who's been affiliated with it, and if you've been part of Vet Court, like I said, I don't think I've arrived, but if you can stick it out, you'll too come to a new chapter in your life. I'm through talking.
If a wedding is in your plans for 2020, many KC Parks facilities provide elegance and beauty to host your ceremony. Applications for all Parks locations will be accepted beginning January 2nd. For more information, visit kcparks.org/weddings. Recently, Mayor Q appointed Ernest Rouse as the acting city manager.
In 31 years of service to Kansas City residents, I never envisioned that I would be in this office in this capacity. Hi, I'm Ernest Rouse and I'm acting city manager. And I appreciate the confidence and the support the mayor and council has shown to me during this appointment. I look forward to working with the mayor and the council, and especially the residents, in delivering the highest level of services possible to Kansas City. I look forward to continuing a smooth city government transition and focusing on basic services, because they are the lifeblood of the heart of a vibrant city. As we enter a new year and a new decade, let's all work together to make Kansas City the best city in the nation to live, work, and play. Happy holidays from all of us here on the 29th floor in City Hall.
Thanks for watching the Weekly Report. I'm Donna Mandelbaum with the Kansas City Streetcar Authority, and happy holidays, Kansas City.
Ride KC is super excited about the launch of our newest bus rapid transit line, the Prospect Max. Today, we're going to show you all of the amazing amenities of these station platforms, and we're going to check out these Max vehicles. Come on, let's see. Prospect Max will feature level boarding platforms at 18 stations along the route. Level boarding allows our customers to walk straight into the bus. It's going to be quicker, and they'll be able to load the bus much faster. Level boarding is especially helpful for people who have trouble with steps, are pushing strollers, or use wheelchairs or walkers. And once you get inside these great new vehicles, the first thing you're probably going to notice is our monitors. It's going to display all types of community information about Ride KC. Anything you need to know, it's going to be there on the monitors. Need to charge your phone? Plug it in right next to your seat on our USB charging ports. The new Max vehicles also have these vinyl seats, which helps make it easier to clean them. All the Prospect Max stations will have innovative technology, including these touchscreen kiosks. Including on the buses, you'll have free Wi-Fi. There's real-time bus arrival information listed for the next 3 upcoming buses. A real-time bus tracker will show you where every bus in the system is. The kiosk will display important Ride KC information about local social services. There's a trip planner on the kiosk. You can choose from 8 different languages, and there's an audio jack for the hearing impaired. The public will have the opportunity to add community events to the kiosk. And there's also a selfie taker. The kiosks have a built-in photo booth for customers to take selfies at the stations, whether you're alone or with a group. I'm Katrina Parker for Ride KC, and I can't wait to see you on board.
Hi again, Kansas City. I'm Mike Severo, and for December, this is your latest KC in 60. Downtown Dazzle takes over KC this month. Be sure to pick up the Downtown Dazzle coupon book and find specials on events, shopping offers, food, drink, and more. Find coupon booklet locations at downtowndazzle.com. The Convention Center brings TV's Meekum Auctions December 5th through 7th this month. Come see classic cars, muscle cars, and more. Tickets are $30 at the door or get $10 off advance tickets at meekum.com. Children under 12, as always, get in free. New Year's Swing and Eve is back at Union Station. The biggest party in Kansas City features Dave Stevens and his band. An all-inclusive ticket gets you unlimited food, drinks, dancing, as well as party favors and a midnight champagne toast. Head to unionstation.org for all the info and to buy tickets. That's it for KC in 60, and don't forget you can always go to kcmo.gov for all of your city information, and we'll see you next time.
Good morning and welcome to Wild Wednesday here at the Kansas City Zoo. I'm your host, Allison, and I am here with Andrea.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. We are here at a very, very cute exhibit. If you just look down towards your feet, who do we have down there?
So these are our North American river otters. We
Okay.
have 2 females. We
Okay.
have Ariel, who is this darker, kind of longer one right here. She's
Okay.
about 10 years old.
Okay.
And then we have our youngster Ursula, who is that one right there. She's a little bit lighter faced. She's about a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
Both of these girls have an interesting story. They both were rescues out of the wild.
What? Okay, so how does a rescued animal end up at a zoo?
Yeah, so Ursula is our more recent one.
Mm-hmm.
So she was found abandoned. She was too young to be by herself without her mom. They couldn't
okay.
locate her mom, so they took her in like a rescue place, kind of took
Yeah.
her in to take care of her. But unfortunately, when that happens, they start to imprint on people. And so you can't let them back out into the wild because then they would approach people and it would be unsafe for them, it would be unsafe for people. So typically those rescue places try to find a good place, like a forever home for
Yeah.
them. And we were lucky enough to get Ursula. She's a fantastic otter.
She's been super fun since we've got her here at the zoo, and I love that her name is Ursula to
Yes.
our Ariel. They are
Yes.
a perfect pair.
They are.
Now I know, how was that introduction process when they first got here? Because Ariel had been here; these were her digs.
For
so how
sure.
was it inviting a new friend into her home?
Yeah, it was a slow process. Ariel wasn't too sure of Ursula right off. Ursula's very young, very rambunctious, wants to play like all the time. So it was kind of hard for Ariel as an older otter to adjust to that. So she was a little off-put by Ursula initially, but you know, we did slow intros where they were together for a couple of hours each day, not like all or nothing.
Yeah.
And she eventually kind of got used to her. And I think it's been really great for Ariel too, because Ariel is a much more playful, active otter now that Ursula's around too. And now they sleep together, they like to be together all the time. So it's definitely a great success story.
That's really cool, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like when you invited a puppy into your home and you already have an older dog.
Correct.
Watching that friendship take
Yes.
place is a lot of times how it is at the zoo, which is
Yes.
pretty cool. Now, you mentioned that these girls are rescue otters,
Yes.
and they're rescue from North America, right? They're North American river
Yes,
otters.
so these guys are found in North America. There are several different kinds of otters
Yeah.
found all over the world, but these
Wow.
guys are North American river otters. They're found right in Missouri. So one great thing about coming to the Kansas City Zoo is you can see them year round. They're used to all of these temperatures that Missouri has, hot, cold, you name it, they're used to it. So they are going to be out all year round for visitors to view.
That's really cool, and they're so cute. You can see them right first thing, basically, when you come inside the zoo, and people are like, otters!
Yes,
I
yes,
love them
they're,
so
they're
much.
a great first exhibit.
Okay, now the thing that I noticed the most about their exhibit is all the things that are
the
happening.
stuff,
I mean, from
right?
the ground, it is a jungle gym. So
Right.
from the ground up, there are so many things happening inside of here. And I know I've noticed that it's probably because these animals are very playful and they seem relatively smart. There's some
Yes.
wherewithal inside
Yeah,
there.
they're very smart animals. They're very playful and active, so they need things to do. So we give them lots of enrichment, which is basically like things to do. What can we do to give them, to keep their minds busy, their bodies busy? These guys love all different kinds of enrichment. We do try to pull from different categories, so we have like food enrichment that we can feed them. We have manipulative, which is basically anything they can play with, they can roll around, they can drag, those types of things. We have sensory enrichment, which are more like things they could hear or smell, those types of things. We have environmental, which, you know, we count if it snows, that's environmental enrichment for the otters that day because it's not something that occurs every day. And then we have social enrichment, which is where the keepers might train with them and do kind of more like social interactions with them.
Cool. So what would you say, do they kind of each have a favorite type of enrichment they prefer, or are they two peas in a pod? They like all the same kinds?
Well, Ursula plays with everything. So she's like the typical like 1 or 2 year old, right? She wants to touch and play with everything. She's really cute because we have big saucer sleds. She'll get under the saucer sled and pull it around. So all you see is a big sled like going around. And then Ariel also likes to play with the manipulative, well, not quite as much as Ursula. Food enrichment's always a big hit. So any type of food that you throw in there, they're gonna like. So we have some ice treats we're gonna toss to them. Hopefully I can get their attention.
Look at that.
Okay.
They're on the move.
I got their attention.
They're on the move. Perfect. So what exactly is in these ice treats?
So this is just an ice treat with some food coloring, and then there's like a little piece of fruit in there. So we'll toss them in the water. If you want to toss one in, you can feel free to toss one in too.
Oh my goodness.
And we'll just toss it up and over.
Okay. Perfect. Now, what kind of fruit is it? What kind of fruits do they like the best?
They're approved for like apples, pears, kind of those types of things. They like carrots a lot, which isn't a fruit, but it's a vegetable.
It's still sweet though.
So they like carrots a lot. You know, in the wild, they mostly eat meat. They don't eat a lot of stuff like that, but we do get a little bit, just again, for enrichment. They're approved for like dried fruit, so like dried pineapple, dried apples, those types of things.
They like when the seasons change and those warm fruits come out. All right, I like it. So food is obviously a really good enrichment for animals, especially when it comes to like being rewarded for something. That's their thing. That's their jam, which I can appreciate. But I also recognize that this exhibit, from the ground up, enrichment starts with building an exhibit, and we talked a lot about environmental enrichment too being a big deal, and I just noticed there are so many things within this exhibit that probably also help physically stimulate them and show off those natural behaviors.
A couple of points that maybe like you don't think of that's enrichment that are those beautiful waterfalls in the back. They love to play in those waterfalls. The running water is a great environmental enrichment. The pool itself is an environmental enrichment. North American river otters spend about 50% of time in the water and 50% of time on land. So we tried to do a nice balance. On the other side, which we call the dry side, there's pits. So we have a sand pit that they can play in. We have a rock pit they can play in, and we have a mulch pit that they can play in. So giving them lots of different substrates, things to kind of roll around in. There's all the logs that so they can get up and climb on different things. So yes, the enrichment has definitely been designed also to kind of keep them active and busy.
And while enrichment can be fun, we know sometimes enrichment spooks these guys. So is there a particular piece of enrichment that they're like, we would prefer to never see that again?
You know, they're very curious, so sometimes they might be nervous of something at first, but then will eventually come over. We did have one otter that was terrified of a hammock that we had made. It was a fire hose hammock, and we hung it up not really thinking it would be a big deal, and he would not cross past it. It was like really scary for him. So we had to then slowly introduce it, and then they became okay with it after a bit. But sometimes if it's something really big and new, it can be kind of intimidating, so you want to introduce it a little more slowly.
And people at home don't realize that something that's so simple as a hammock, or unless it's a relaxation thing, it seems so simple. To animals, it's something big and scary, and I don't know how to feel about it. I think that's maybe happened a couple times with some bubble blowers here on grounds at the zoo.
Some of the animals, for
being
sure.
Scared of things like that. Well, this is super cool, and I know enrichment doesn't just have to stop here at the zoo. There are many ways you can do enrichment at home with your own pets, or even with wildlife, things like making making birdhouses or bird feeders,
Yep,
things like
bird
that.
feeders, yep.
Yeah, those are all
Bird
great
baths,
ways.
those
Bird
are all
baths,
great,
that's
yeah.
right. I know you can create puzzle feeders out of like cardboard boxes and things like that. So those
Yes.
are all really fun ways to use enrichment. It doesn't just have to stop here at the zoo.
That's right.
But I will say, when you are on zoo grounds, leave the enrichment to our keeper friends, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a very rigorous process to figure out what's safe for the animals. We don't just throw anything in there. It goes through a huge approval process. We want to make sure that it's nothing they could get hurt on or get sick from. So.
Right. And it stays on a schedule, right? You have to
Yes.
have certain enrichment pieces
Yes.
at certain days. That's really cool. So the zoo is doing a big job in keeping the welfare nice and healthy for these animals here at the zoo. And Andrea is a part of a team that does a really good job of it too. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
Ursula and
thank you.
Ariel are so cute,
Yes.
and we're so lucky to have them here at the zoo. We'll catch you guys next week for another installment of Wild Wednesday. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.